Hello, guys. Good evening, everyone. Oh my, I think it's very strange to greet people good evening because, usually people will say hi to me, good morning and stuff. Hi, Joey. Hi, Hannah. Hello. Good evening. Those of you, if you have been following us throughout the whole Sembang, usually we will wish people good morning, and now it's the first time that we are having Sembang in the late evening. And I'm Kimberly, for those of you who is the first time joining us in this Sembang, and I'll be your host for today's session. And this one, as you can see later on the title itself, we put it as Exclusive Sembang Series. Later, I'll explain why it's Exclusive Sembang Series. But before we jump into the session, let me just introduce the co-host who will be joining me today. It's Mr. Uze, the
Hello,
aspiring
everyone.
host from Virtual Green Adventure Series. Woohoo! Woohoo! Hi, Uze.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jose, and I will be co-hosting with Miss Kimberly for our exclusive seminar session today. So excited.
Yeah. Oh my God. We have a few people saying hi. Probably some of it is your friend, and probably some of you are followers. Hi. Yeah. Thank you for joining us on live right now. And hi Uze. It's so good to have you here. Actually, for those of you who have joined our session, and Uze, it's one of the hosts for the Virtual Green Adventure series, as I've shared earlier on. Probably some of you who joined his series before probably have saw him, or actually he has been also helping us behind the scene to control the technical stuff for the Sembang series. So finally, Jose, we can get you, give you a chance to actually come and bring you into the light and say
Yes,
hi to our audience. Yeah.
thank you for the chance. Thank you for the chance. I appreciate it. I'm very excited for today's session, and can't wait
Yeah.
for us to continue with our programs today. So
Yeah,
thank you for
absolutely.
having me. Thank you.
No problem. Oh my God. I mean, we're going to have a great session because today, as just now I explained, the exclusive Sembang series, why we call it as exclusive Sembang series as compared, how is it different from previous Sembang? Okay, let me just give a brief introduction. Like previously in the Sembang series that we have, focus more on community-related topics. So we talk a little
Mhm.
bit more about community topics, like for example, how individual can actually practice zero waste lifestyle, or if you want to kickstart your urban farming, how you can kickstart. So we touch topic more related to community or daily base. But right now, in this exclusive Sembang series, we'll be focusing more on the business side. Okay, so we'll be interviewing successful business owner or entrepreneur, and we will learn from them the realistic and also effective sustainable business practice that they adopt in their company. So from there, we hope that this series can actually help some of the business owner or entrepreneur. Those of you, if you're one of them, you can just comment inside the chat or the comment and let us know. So this is where you can, ask them questions, and if there is anything that you would like to clarify with these successful leaders, feel free to drop your question in the comment. And I'm sure this is a perfect platform where you can ask, isn't it, Uze?
Yep. So you may learn a lot today. But aside from just like
Yeah.
having these live interviews with these business leaders, we'll also be having some fun. So we also
Huh.
have some inspired dance performance, and we also have some pop quiz session. Which for this session, it's called Who Got It Right. So we would like to
Who
thank
got it right?
Lush Malaysia. Yeah, we would like to thank Lush Malaysia for sponsoring the gifts for this pop quiz session. There will gonna be
Thank you so much.
three lucky winners that will stand a chance to win RM 400 worth of Lush product. Sounds a lot, because
Wow.
I know I myself want to join, but unfortunately, I'm just the
You're the
host, so
host. Yeah, maybe we
yeah,
can try it. Yeah, but we can help some of you. Yeah, if
yeah,
you can stay with us throughout, then probably you
yeah,
can get some tips along the way. As our guests gonna share some of the
yeah,
probably tips along the way. Who knows,
yes.
right?
But
So
also
yeah,
the gift itself, will be sent right to their doorstep. And we want you
ding
to
dong.
stay with us from the beginning till the end for you to be able to participate in that quiz session. So I know everyone is
Absolutely.
excited to learn and then to join this competition and maybe to learn more about Lush. So why wait? So
Yeah.
take the lead.
So if you want to find out more about our future session, or you want to find out more, of course, there are more coming up. And if you want to follow us and you want to understand further, feel free to scan this QR code, which will be on our right or left. Yeah, whichever that you see. Corner. Yeah, to subscribe to our newsletter. Yeah. I'm not good at differentiating right or left. Yeah, so that we here. So yeah, or if you can't scan, you can actually click the link in the comment area, which will be posted later, to subscribe. Okay. So in today's episode of Sembang Exclusive Sembang series, we will be talking about the topic of making change by going naked. Oh. What do you think?
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, Uze. I don't know.
It's better that we define what is actually going naked
Absolutely.
mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
to avoid any
people are getting
misunderstanding
excited
because
already.
no one here, or even you should be
Yeah.
naked right now, or
No,
nobody
no,
is taking
no.
anything off right now. So just to
Yep.
make things clear, we will actually tell you what is that all about actually.
Yeah.
So just to make things
Yeah.
clear, so you don't feel awkward. No worries. So
Absolutely. So today, yes, as what Uze have said, we are not going to take out anything. But today we are going to learn from Lush, one of the famous cosmetic company in the world. Lush is a beauty company that deals with cosmetic with a campaigning heart. So those of you who are a great fan of Lush, you can just type it in me, so that we know how many of you actually in love with Lush. And for your understanding is also Lush, all the campaigns and activity that Lush does are actually based on 4 key values. Okay, from being passionate about brands and also being considerate about animal welfare, human rights, environmental protection, to digital right. So one of the most creative sustainable practice that's implemented by Lush is actually introducing naked packaging revolution to advocate against plastic pollution. Nowadays, we know whenever we buy things, it comes with a lot of plastic packaging. So that's where they say enough is enough. So that's where they introduce this naked packaging. Of course, that is one of it only. Later on, they will be sharing more what are the other sustainable practices that they have adopted in their business. So, wow, I'm really excited and can't wait to hear more from our guests. Right.
Exactly. I myself is also excited. And I believe our
Yeah.
audience is also as excited as I am to find out more about
Wow.
what Lush has been doing, what are the sustainable business practices that has been implemented by Lush. So without further ado, please join us and
Woohoo.
welcome our guest of the day, Harvinder Harchand, the director of Lush Malaysia. Hi, Harvinder.
Hi,
So good to have
Harvinder.
you with us
Hi
today.
there. How are you today?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh my
good. I'm
God.
good.
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 That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yes.
I'm just bright out from the moment when you enter to this room because all around you is so colorful.
I guess it's Friday evening too, so that makes
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, we can have a chill and relax session. And to our surprise, actually, there are a lot of Lush fan is actually with us. As just now, I asked them to type me, and I think the response that we get is a little bit overwhelmed. And yeah, there are a lot of people who actually love Lush. And perhaps Harvinder, would you like to introduce yourself or maybe share with our audience a little bit more about Lush?
Sure. Generally, I'm Harvinder. And we brought Lush in, I would say, into Malaysia in 2018. It's coming up to 3 years now. And we have successfully built 5 stores to date. Take note. And we have more stores in the pipeline, which is good. And also we have enhanced to a different level altogether digitally. So we're doing very well with the support from our principal, with support from our partners, with support from our community and everyone. So I guess that's the brand that we are. And we're going to talk more later about sustainability, which is an excellent topic for us to educate our community.
Absolutely.
Can't
I
wait.
think,
And
being the lead of the company in this cosmetic industry, I think there's a lot more things that our audience can actually learn from Lush, and perhaps we can see perhaps there's some good ideas actually shared by our audience in the comment area as well. So for those of you who are watching live with us, feel free to drop in your questions if you have any in the comment area to our guests. We shall bring it up at the end of the session. So let's jump right into the first questions that we have for Lush. So we understand that Lush, being one of the leading company in actually advocating the environmental issues and also human rights. So we just want to understand that what is the first thing that inspired Lush to be an environmental and animal-friendly beauty brand?
It's a good question, actually. I would say it began in the early 90s itself, when the founders and the staff focused on how we manufacture and sell, basically, and also interacting with the environment, because it's very important. We just don't produce and not care about the environment. It needs to be a two-way. And we at Lush also believe in taking care of an environment, which is everyone's responsibility. It's just not as Lush, it's just not other brands, but everyone across the globe, which is very important, including our staff and customers. So we have a few missions, we have a few strategies in place. So the first mission, we would say, is to get rid of packaging, and that's why we're talking about getting naked. I'm sure some of you must be thinking, she's going to be naked today. The answer is no, I'm all But that's what we meant by saying getting rid of packaging. As you may or may not know, that the global packaging industry today is valued at US $850 billion. That's a lot of amount of money. And it's spent to packaging. We strongly believe at Lush that this should be invested into the products themselves rather than what's wrapped around them. So I'm sure most of you would agree, because it's nice to have nice packaging, but there's a nicer way to do it instead of just chopping down trees, etc.
Yeah.
Now, the one point that we focus as well is also regenerative agriculture. It's a system. A lot of people talk about it, but they don't know what it means. In Lush, we do emphasize on this. So it's a system of farming principles and practices that seeks to rehabilitate and enhance the entire ecosystem, because ecosystem is what that matters today. And this includes also the soil health, the water management, the fertilizer uses, and the usages, and etc. There's a whole chain to it. So in short, the regenerative agriculture is a method of farming that improves the resources it uses rather than just destroying or depleting them. So that's why in Malay, you know what they'll say? Tanam, sudah dapat harvest, apa kita buat? Biarkan, next. So that's how it is. Right? So we should change the method of mentality, I would say, the mentality or the thinking. Now, besides that, there's also water usage. A lot of water is being used to produce a product. Whereas in Lush, when we design a product, by making it solid, we reduce the water usage. We ultimately reduce the amount of water usage. For example, one of our shampoo bars like this is a category, shampoo bars, by 450,000 liters per year from just selling shampoo bars. So you can imagine, because one of this is equivalent to 750 grams of shampoo.
Like 3 bottles.
If it's in liquid form. So can you imagine just from the shampoo bars alone? And we have got more products that are solid. So that's the key as well, what we're talking about. One is the packaging and the other is the water usage. In terms of our raw materials, we take great care of our buying and using ingredients that are produced in a sustainable way. Everything is sustaining. And 70% of our range is self-preserving, which is an up-notch for us because that's what we are known for, self-preserving. So it's a very good system that Lush has. Now, waste and recycling, everyone talks about it, as you know. Everyone say recycle, put your water.
But end up, where does it end? Nobody knows, right?
Yeah, it's everyone speaks about it or talks about it, but nobody implements. We're not saying no one, but it's not structured. So for us, with regards to our paper bags, our gift wrapping papers, they are all made from recycled paper and potato starch, which is 100% biodegradable. So if it goes anywhere, you know it's biodegradable. It's not going to do any damage to the state or the country or the nation. Another
Yep.
point to also stress is energy that we use to make our processes more energy efficient. And the factories, they have their processing and processes in place. But we as employees of Lush here, what do we do? So I'm a bit of a, I'll tell my staff, please ensure that you're only on the light when it's needed, like your home, on the aircon,
Yep.
because air conditioning consumes a lot of electricity, and off it when you're not within that working area. Printers, which everyone print papers, cutting trees like there's no tomorrow. And
Yep.
so we are proud to say in our office, actually, our bins never get filled up, even though after a week from just paper, all of us.
Wow.
Because Lush is a digital
That's a
company.
great achievement, I would say.
Yeah, actually it is. So we are a digital company and everything is done digitally. So we managed to reduce, and I'm proud of my staff. And so communication is also very important. So Lush UK, if you look at it, they report on its environmental performance yearly, which very seldom a brand does it, to ensure that they maintain the green issues alive. That means it's consistent, which comes from the top, which is from their founders from the early days, their management, and then it's cascaded through the organization in getting a network of people to spread it. Because if you don't have this chain, we are unable to do it. So
Understand.
that's how I would say, in conclusion, we would
Understand.
apply our sustainability.
Actually, there's a lot
maybe
of
it's a
things, right?
culture, I
Yeah,
would
there's
say.
a lot of things.
Yeah.
No, not just culture.
Too much to digest in there.
Yeah, actually, it's from the
Sorry.
beginning until
Yeah.
the end user. There's a lot of process coming in because people thought that it's a cosmetic product. It's not like a solar company. So what
Yeah.
are the green things that you can do? But no, actually, from what you said, you can see that from the beginning to the end, there's each of those process, as environmental aspect has been put into it. So I think that is
Yeah.
actually a great thing. And
The
Yeah.
energy, water.
It covers all the
companies-
segments. You are right. It basically covers the whole wide spectrum by intersegments. So, and it's basically channeled and observed very, very efficiently and diligently by the principal, by their partners, and by their employees, and now through their consumers as well.
From the way you talk, I can believe that is going to be right. That is one of the main concerns for you. You'll make sure that thing has been delivered as it should be. So thank you for clarifying about that method regarding what first inspired and what are the things that you've done. But I think now, since we are in a new era, unfortunately,
New
it's the
norm.
era of pandemic. Yeah, new norm. How no matter how sad we are about that, but that is the current situation that we're living in. So what do you see the opportunities that arise
I think-
from this pandemic itself?
Yeah, I think, Israel, probably before we go there, I understand there was also a question about you saying being animal friendly. Was that mentioned earlier?
Oh yeah, that was in the part.
Because I think I
First
didn't want to
part.
mix those two. But
Mm-hmm.
in Lush itself, sorry to just undercut it,
It's okay,
but at
it's okay,
Lush
it's okay.
No
itself,
problem.
yeah, we don't see a reason as to why a test should be done on animals. Why? Why do we abuse a living thing that can't speak a defense for itself? Isn't that called bullying in a nutshell, right? Because would you like someone to do a test on your child or your infant? The answer is no, because it's not fair to them. They can't defend. So the poor animals, there's a purpose of them being in this planet. It's for them to reproduce and have a balance, right, in its ecosystem. And here we are doing that. So we are totally against it. Now, as being an animal-friendly brand ourselves, we do not buy any ingredients from suppliers that commission tests on animals. That's a big no-no. And also strictly applies to all our finished products. So we are very firm about that. So the question everyone's going to raise and ask us is, so how do you do your testing?
Absolutely.
Well, we do it on human volunteers because the fact is, we know that our products are all good. We use natural ingredients, no chemicals, etc. So we are very, very proud to say that we are 100% cruelty free and never tested on it. So that's a plus point for us. And our principal ourselves in UK, they allocate about £250,000 to passionate anti-testing innovators yearly. Why do they do it? Malaysia should be doing it soon.
Wow,
Hopefully
I think that's the way forward for us to look into that, right?
Yeah.
Something for us to move ahead, I think.
yeah,
The direction.
so we can put that in mind for
So
all.
animals
yeah.
is a no-no.
Yeah,
Definitely,
hopefully
definitely.
yes.
Yeah, and probably later. I mean, Harvinder has also shared about the quality of the product. It's made of the material is actually the fresh from. I read from one of the articles. It's as fresh as selling fish on the ice. So yeah, I think it's safe for anyone to actually use it or even try it out. And yeah, and coming to that part, there is a different in this pandemic. A lot of times we see that there is only struggle or probably there is a lot of problems that it's rising ahead of us. But I'm just not sure how Harvinder, you look this pandemic, how you actually turn it into an opportunity and continue to spread this belief to more people.
Kimberly, I wish I had a crystal ball to see how it
Yeah,
continues.
to see how you, yeah,
I don't
No,
have as well for
how we
you.
don't have. Correct. We are also unsure what is ahead.
yeah. So, but to be honest, this pandemic has taken a toll on all of us. Not only us, all industries, everybody, families, children, employees, everybody. So we call it like an everything bubble with no ledges for us to hold on to. It's very sad. Everybody is slipping all over the place. It's a truth sad, I would say, right? But nevertheless, we are very grateful to our consumers who are consistently supporting us. In return, we take this as an opportunity to serve our community more in depth. So we have been serving, but now it's more in depth through charitable actions or organizations. So, for example, now we actually have more time to focus. It's not, I wouldn't say more time than before, but we did, but now it's more time. So we do contribute, like for example, on our soaps, our shampoos, our 2D tabs, which is our toothpaste, to hospitals like Sungai Buloh, which currently is the core COVID epicenter, general hospitals, for their frontliners, to schools. We used to do that before the pandemic. Government schools educate them about the usage of, for example, plastics, charity homes, etc. So we are still continuing. It's still in our plan, despite of us not being able to move. But I must say that the government hospitals are very supportive, and they've been very, kind to us by allowing us to come to their premise. And the next, I think within a week or two, we should be giving to PPE centers. We've done it in Sungai Buloh, and we're also going to do donate some soaps for the frontliners in GH Hospital, so that
They
they
need all the
can.
help that they can
Yeah,
get.
because apparently now the process is before they leave for home, anyone that works in the hospital or COVID centers, they need to shower. So that's a lot of expense for them, or to buy soaps, shampoos. So we try to help. So
Absolutely.
that's an opportunity for us. And
Yeah.
we're also going to launch our charity pot that you can get more information on our website. So the other 2 or 3 opportunities, we would say it's time for us to reconnect and help, to build a bridge which fill the gap between our community and Lush. So for some of them who may not know us, we built a bridge now and they know what we are. So it's a two-way street, which is a very good opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think all of us would agree to, which we have a cleaner environment, less carbon emission because less cars on the road, less planes in the sky. So we love that. Right? And
It's
the most
win, win,
important
win,
now,
win.
go ahead.
Too many wins.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
win-win-win situation. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the most important now, as you know, is educating the community the importance of washing hands. Because before this, in Malaysia, nobody bothers to wash their hands. So
Yes.
today, it's an opportunity to voice out the importance of whale, to say that please start washing your hands. And it's become the new norm.
Yep, absolutely. I think what Harvinder has just shared, I think there's no any better way of touching people's hearts by, first introduce your brand by giving to them. I think that's a really brilliant idea to not only help them out to be aware of the cleanliness and also to get to know more about Lush and the sustainable practice that it's implemented by Lush, and how people can actually learn more and eventually bring that into their life. I think that's amazing. Thank you so much, Harvinder, for your sharing. And next up, we will be playing a short dance performance. So after that, we will come right back again with Harvinder with the next session called Agree or Disagree session. So that will happen after the video. So please stay tuned. So let me just give a short introduction about our short dance performance titled Menghijau. So first off, I would like to thank Penang Arts Council and also PM Creative and Backstreet Liu for allowing us to play this video. So filmed in this tropical spice garden, this Menghijau video aims to reconnect us back into the nature as an act to inspire and also free us from restraint of being closed in. I know all of us wants to be close to the nature, wants to go out. At this pandemic, we can't really do so. But with this video, I hope that you can bring us back to the nature. I know, Uze, you miss that a lot. So now let us enjoy the video, all right? I hope you guys enjoy, yeah? Wow, what an amazing video. I feel so
Incredible.
calm after watching the video, right?
It's very, very incredible. The dance
Yeah.
performance by the Penang Art Council and PM Creative
Yep, yep.
HLU, very astounding. Imagine the amount
Yeah.
of effort they put through. So I hope our
Yeah.
audience also
Absolutely.
enjoy and got inspired and maybe cure you missing out the forest a little bit. And
Yeah.
if you're interested in finding more about them and their amazing performance in the future, then feel free to look up on their social media. And yeah,
Yep, yep.
definitely performance that is, I say, it's reminiscing for us
Yeah.
to
In fact, I
check.
think there are some comments from the audience saying that it's beautiful dance and yeah, from Kylene and how they merge beauty of nature and human together, So
Top
once
notch.
again, we would like to thank Penang Arts Council and also PM Creative as well as Patrick Liu for sharing with us this video. And yeah,
Thank
I hope you
you.
guys enjoy the session. So
Yes.
next, let's have our guest back with us for the next activity, agree or disagree session. So let's welcome Miss Harvinder back on screen.
Hello.
Hi. Hi,
Hello.
Harvinder. Welcome back.
I
Wow.
Yeah.
saw the video. It
Yeah,
was nice.
Yeah.
really. I mean, the music, the background music, everything, it's really nice, right? It's really calm.
Yes.
And in
Is it,
fact,
was
they
it
have
taken
more
in Penang?
activities up there.
Sorry, was it
Sorry?
taken in Penang?
Yes, in one of the tourist spot, the Tropical Spice Garden. Yes. Yes, we had a few activity there as well. I mean, it's a great spot to bring people close to nature and learn more about nature in there. Yeah.
Maybe one
So,
day. Yeah. Maybe one day we can
yeah,
all
we'll
go
be happy to
there
share
together.
and bring you over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Harvinder, are you ready for the next activity, agree or disagree session?
Okay.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Shall I initiate the activity?
Of
Yeah,
course.
please go ahead, Vijay.
Okay, so in this activity, we will actually be reading a few statements, regarding sustainable business practices. So you will have to choose either you agree or disagree or not with that statement. So the audience also can, share their thoughts and maybe whether they disagree or agree with the statement. So I will read the first statement. Okay, the first statement is sustainable transformation is just for big companies. So do you
Hmm?
agree or disagree? I mean,
Big
Obviously, I'm
company.
going to totally disagree. It's totally
uh,
disagree for me because I would
yeah.
say sustainable transformation applies to all, even to as individuals, right? If I may be more intense or more in depth,
Hmm.
I would say that it starts from one or from the time one is in a womb, because sustainability, it's by leadership and it's contagious to a certain extent. If someone does it, you want to do it. So if your parents are exemplary and you grow up in the environment, automatically it's covered. And then you become a teenager, you go to school, you start working, and we will
Yep.
be an absolute sustainable country. So I would disagree. It's not for big companies, it's from individual right up to working personnel and also companies. So when
On the
we
dot.
look at, yeah, it's that way. So when we look at Lush, I would say, talking about sustainability, 65% of our products are naked, like what I just showed just now, the shampoo bars and then the bubble bars, our bath bombs, etc. They're all naked. And in the event, if you notice in Europe as well, there are shops which sells only totally naked products. That means they don't have anything potted or packaged. They are a bit more at an advantage because of their weather. It doesn't melt easily, where else in Malaysia it does. Nevertheless, Lush has also looked into that part where if all our pots and packaging are still required in store, they are made from 100% post-consumer recycled pots and bottles, which are BPA free. So which means if any pots or plastics that you see in our store, it's all from recycled. That means it's from parts, it's from bottles that's been returned by customers to our store. And it's basically cleaned, it's crushed, it's then reprocessed, melted, and remolded again. It's quite interesting, I would say, Uzair and Kimberly, that in UK they've got this place called the Green Hub. Now, the Green
Green
Hub,
Hub.
yeah,
A green hub.
it belongs to Lush. It's called Green Hub. where they have their own recycling warehouse. It's huge. I've been there personally, and I was very inspired. And I was actually shocked that company can do it by themselves. So my dream is one day, hopefully, Malaysia can do it, where we will not only do it by ourselves, but also offer our services across the country. Now, let me explain how they do it in short. So when the expired products or the pots are returned to this green hub, they're all cleaned, and then the pots are then crushed, and it's melted, and then it's formed to the pots again, or molded to make soaps. Now, the big question mark is going to be, where does the garbage go? Where does the water go? It doesn't go to drains. It doesn't go to rivers that channels the sea. No, it's basically channeled into tanks. It's capped. And the farmers would then come by, collect this water, and use for livestock or for farming. So nothing is into our rivers in the UK. Now, you say you're going to ask me this. What about Malaysia? What about the green hub? Semua red hub.
When is our green hub?
Semua red hub, tak ada green hub. Okay.
I don't dare to ask.
Soon, I would say.
So, and now we say in Malaysia, we practice a good waste management system. That means we engage in companies. For us now, we engage in a company called SPAB, I think, Malaysia Berhad, where they come and collect all our waste and our expired products. They go through the same process management. Waste process management is how the Green Hub does, because we visited that recycling company and their environment to ensure that it is as per what Lush guidelines are. And they themselves as well, they will wash it, they will tank it, so they do not throw it into or channel it to the drains. They tank them up, and they will get our local farmers to come and pick it up. And our pots as well, they are crushed, they send it to the factory where they are crushed, they are melted, and they are then processed for other people's usages or companies, etc. So what happens to, we will still have some disposals which needs to go to landfills. And I've even gone to the extent of driving through the landfill, which is not a nice sight, but I had to do it. And that's assigned to them is at the Jeram sanitary landfill. So we are very proud to say in Malaysia that we do not condone any waste going across the country, but is being channeled to the right companies and the right, people that will handle our waste in the manner that's supposed to be assigned by the government landfills, and also so that we do not, we do not contribute to the waste and, make our country more polluted in that manner.
Yeah, I think what Harvinder have just shared, it's very, practical in a sense. Every business can actually do it. It's just whether big or small. Yeah, if for a small company, you can actually start with whatever things that you can, look around you and you think, that's something that I can do. Like instead of, just give out your products and that's it, leave it to the consumer to figure out how to recycle them. You actually can practice in a way that you collect it back and then perhaps you can reuse them. So instead of adding on extra costs, you're actually reusing them and it helps you to save costs in a way. So I think that's a brilliant idea, and I hope that some of our audience can actually learn from it. And I think we have also some great input from our audience saying that how Lush actually practice. Like for example, by Carmen, she actually said that Lush allowed the consumer to recycle 5 black pots, and then you get a free fresh face mask. That's something that every business can actually look into, and how you can engage with your consumer and educate them further. Is that it? Yeah. So from there, Harvinder, I just want to know, because from what you have shared, we just want to know whether sustainability, that's where we go into our second statement. Do you agree or disagree that sustainability is more than a strategy? In fact, it's a mindset, it's a lifestyle.
Yes, I would agree to that, because it is a mindset, it is a lifestyle, and there's strategies in place. So for Lush, it's a combination of both. In a nutshell, we go just beyond skin deep, because it's just not cosmetics that you use and a litter become a litter bug. We don't. We take responsibilities in,
No.
getting back our trash
Yeah.
as much as we can. And we engage again based on our values. Okay, inverted commas, anyone that's listening. So our values are basically going naked. That's what we meant to say, no packaging, against animal testing, which we have spoken about, and then being a vegetarian company so that we don't need to use any meat or buy products from them, ethical buying, handmade, and also freshness, like you said. When they were talking about returning 5 pots to the store and getting 1 fresh face mask, that's the one that sits on the ice, like you see the fish on the ice. So that's engaging our customers. Now, accelerating, of course, that's the next level, where with suppliers who basically practice fair trade buying. We only engage in partners that are aligned to our core values, because it's important. That's a direction that we would like to take. And if that's a direction that we're going to take, so of course we are leading. When we are leaders, then automatically the consumers and customers understand our beliefs and they will follow. Because if we are not exemplary, like I mentioned, there is no way.
Walk the talk.
Yes, correct. So we need to be ikut boss. You know how Malaysian boss suruh buat, okay, ikut boss in this sense. And
Use the culture, yeah.
So it's a good ikut boss culture for, leading. And of course, now we go, what's the transformation in basically sustaining this strategy? So the most important is we need to inspire employees. And how we inspire employees, not only locally, but globally, they're very strong. We motivate our staff and we train them. Our training is actually 365 days a year. Of course, they have their off days, but that's how we train. In store, like even though now training.
It's a culture already.
Yes, and not just products, but also ingredients, our ethical values, etc. And we are very proud of it, and we share it, right? Because you're transforming. So we share it with whom? Our children, our family, our mothers, our fathers, our parents, our grandparents, and people that we do business with, people that come and buy our products. And also another mode of transforming is community campaigns. So we do have certain products called, for example, One Charity Pot, which the entire proceeds are channeled for any NGOs or organizations that can't get funds, which I mentioned earlier, which we are going to implement. So that's one. And we are also, for this deforestation, because the more we clean our jungles up, we are unable to revive the wildlife in orangutans. They are still going to be extinct. And we need them for our ecosystem as well. And we also do, like in Penang, we were supposed to do one beach cleanup and plugging, but unfortunately, our
pandemic.
So what we did one in PB, which was very, very successful. We are also going to do a coral planting, which is in our radar. Since I and my family can dive, we are personally going to go and do this coral planting.
So nice.
Yeah. And for now, I think before, like I said, talking about strategy, vaccination, it's also part of our strategy. Because if we go on this lockdown any further, our whole economy and country is going to collapse. Sustainability will be something that we're not even going to talk about it. And we can't even implement. So washing your hands, today, as you are aware, Malaysia is north of 20,000 cases a day. So we are telling everyone, please get vaccinated. As you know, the government has announced 84% of those fatalities are people who didn't even obtain a single vaccine. So it is very important. We are railing and saying that, come on, get vaccinated, wash your hands. Lush is giving all soaps to wash your hands, keep yourselves clean, because no one wants to lose a loved one. I'll just share a little bit. I lost my brother to COVID in January. It was sad.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
My condolences.
Yeah, and he went in for a surgery. Unfortunately, he contracted COVID in the hospital, but it's not anybody's fault, but that's how it is, his fate. So the last thing I would want is for anyone else to lose their loved one in days to come and also in weeks to come. Let's do it together. We can. As always, we say, Malaysia boleh, right?
Boleh. Yeah.
So I'm sure we can. And as much as everyone say this is the new norm, I think the new norm should be sustainability is a way of living, and it's not an enforcement.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's what
yes.
I would say.
Thank you for the elaboration. I think it's true. Maybe, of course, in the beginning, it might be a bit more difficult for us to say to implement it. But if it's in the strategy and you say ikut boss, maybe at first the society or maybe the employees might not agree straight away. But at the end of the day, maybe after a while, it became a mindset. And that kind of mindset, if not just in terms of sustainability, in terms of everything, if it's be implemented here, especially in Malaysia, I think the country itself will be the better place. And I
Yes.
think what you said, yes, actually makes sense in not just in terms of sustainability, but also in other aspects as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
quite a wholesome explanation there. And sorry to hear about your loss. Hope
No,
everything
it's
is
Yeah.
okay.
okay
Yeah,
on your
it's
side.
good to share. Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing.
So the importance now
Agree
is we
with
need to will everybody gets vaccinated. That's what we
Yep.
need.
yes,
We need to
and of
fight
course
this
to
and
practice the SOP. Yes, exactly. Like when we don't know what's ahead, we have to take good care of ourselves and get vaccinated. Hopefully, we can get back to each other again. To meet each other again.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Harvinder, for your truly inspiring sharing and also all the points. I think that's very helpful for our audience to pick it up and see how they want to adopt it in their own business. And we have learned so much not only from your sharing but also your experience and how you actually build up and move Lush towards the sustainable side. So now, perhaps we can take a look and see. I think we have a couple of questions
Mm.
raised by our audience. Perhaps they would like to know more about Lush. And yeah, Puze, would you like to read the first questions from the audience?
Ah, okay. I am currently screening through the questions.
Mm-hmm. I
You
think we
see, you
have
have a lot of
one.
response.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
I think I think we have one from Ashawani.
Okay, let me skip to. Okay, so this question goes. Right, I'll show the question. So, how did your staff react to the change you brought within the organization at first? So, is it welcoming or they feel like alah malas lah ikut boss, something like that?
I think they were very optimistic. Not think, I believe they were very optimistic because as the director of the company, I did it. So they felt there's no reason why they couldn't. And till today, we've got new staff who's not been doing it in their previous companies, but within working days in our organization, they automatically acclimatize. They just feel that, okay, you know, the whole company is doing it. We're very successful. People are very happy. And so I would say that the reaction was very positive, very optimistic.
Good to know. Good
Yeah.
to know. At least they are also optimistic and also enthusiastic to follow towards a greener and better way. At least they
Yes.
understand what they are doing, right? So that is good to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's like a culture, right? Like when we
Correct.
go in, we automatically will practice. It's already in
Mm.
our mind that we know.
Ingrained. Yeah.
Yeah, because Harvinder also shared about 365 days they have their own training. So as though they have no break. But yeah, actually, what I think Harvinder is going to carry across the message is it's a lifestyle. It's something that so naturally happen. So we just and live it out from
I
there.
think
So,
everyone will learn new things every day. So yeah, it's a
Yes.
process of life itself, right?
yep,
True.
yep.
Very
And
true.
Adrian also put it inside the chat, say a habit becomes a lifestyle. You all started with the habit. So yeah, it's definitely more than a mindset. And we have another question from Carmen as well. She asks about, do you think Lush has achieved its goal on sustainability as a business? Yeah.
Do you think that Lush has achieved its goal on sustainability as a business? I would say they have. They've been very successful and they would like to maintain it. And of course, they're always welcome to newness or any new sustainability. I would say they are one of the brands that are leaders in terms of sustainability, rooted from their founders in Poole in UK and spread across to other regions and countries. So they have, but there's always room for improvement in anything that we have achieved.
I understand. And I think in related to these questions, I think we have another audience asking from Isaac Jr. He asked about wondering how Malaysian consumer react to the Lush naked concept, because it's something new. Usually we'll buy, that's what attract people when they first buy about cosmetic product, they look for those beautiful packaging. So how does Malaysian consumer actually react to this new concept?
We don't see any issues at all to date. Most of our customers, I would say 40 to 50% do come in and they do prefer naked. So it's quite a good sign or indication for us, which they're accepting. Some would insist that they only want naked, and if it's none, they won't buy it. However, I would say in general, they're acceptable to both. This is from our consumers' feedback. Of course, there are one or two probably say because of weather factors, it melts and this and that, which we understand. That's the only setback that we have for feedback in terms of our naked products. Otherwise, they love it. So it's a concept that's widely accepted.
Yep. And now that I think the Penang State government also introducing no single-use plastic or reduce plastic usage, I think nowadays people are more educated or more aware of the plastic pollution issue, and I think that somehow opened up and I think the timing is just right. Right. So I think we have a few more questions from the audience. Perhaps Uze, would you like to read the next one? Maybe we can.
I have like a statement that I read. It's from Hannah Fuad. So she's saying that putting the responsibility 100% on the end user in terms of packaging is also unfair. So I think her statement is quite correct as well, and I think that is what Lush is doing. So as an organization, so I think you won't say that it's 100% the customer's responsibility. So you Lush yourself will actually provide the customer the option to choose whether you want the packaging or not. So I think that statement is quite good. And I will also read you one of the question here. So it reads, sorry, I kind of lost the question. So does Lush do collaborations with small businesses, to spread awareness on this matter? So does Lush do, also collaborate with, teeny business, Malaysian businesses to help them spread out the message within the community, and also, a win-win situation for both? Is there any say?
I believe if we share the same values, there wouldn't be an issue. So the values needs to be the same. So sourcing of the materials that they use for their business and etc. Because how are we going to collaborate with someone or a company or association if they are using raw plastic that else we are recycling? And there's a conflict of interest. So obviously, if we are on the same wavelength and on the same page, we don't see that as an issue. Because we are going to spread the same message and the same awareness to everybody.
And most of the time, we're working in silos. So if you have the same message, might as well work together. Work together
I think
to make the earth a better place.
Working together brings the change to a bigger scales. And now that more and more people have the same goal, shared value, then it's easier to make the whole system to move towards the sustainable side, I say.
True.
Yep.
Since we are running out of time, perhaps we will take one last question from the audience. And I think there's one interesting question from Zuriana, if I pronounce your name correctly. So, Harvinder, what's your thought on refillable product in store? Will Lush implement that in the future?
That's a very big question mark. I would say a lot of brands are going towards that direction. Now, refillables, again, there can be two sides of it. Of course, you're reducing your plastic usage, but nevertheless, it's also exposing to more bacteria because in the manner it's been transported from one bottle to another. We don't do pumps because for that matter, pumps do capture bacteria into the containers. So, and by also doing refillables, I would say we need to probably see what's the direction of the brand in that case. So for now, I would say the focus is naked, take use and you don't need to refill. And that's where the focus is for now. That's the true direction. Rather than refilling and etc., it can be contaminated, it can be, bacteria.
Scrap off the whole packaging, might as well.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Harvinder. And to those of the audience, we would love to answer all of your questions, but unfortunately, we are running out of time. Perhaps, in future, you can still visit their store in Penang, in KL, and I'm sure their staff, Lush staff, will give you a warm welcoming, and also will be happy to answer all of your questions. And with that, maybe we have to move on to the next session. And thank you so much, Harvinder, for your sharing. And
Thank you.
I think all our audience have a great takeaway. And now that we see a different side, how business can operate differently, and how we can work together and start small change from ourselves. Not only for business owner, entrepreneur, but individual. Yes, we can do something differently. So with that, Ms. Harvinder, before we move on to the next session, please take a break behind the stage. Then we'll move on to the last session, which is the pop quiz session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us on board.
Yes,
we will love to hear more and see how we can work together in future to push on this sustainable concept.
I think I learn a lot. The audience learn a lot. So there's a lot of input.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for sharing with us everything.
Likewise.
Truly
Thank you for coordinating too, Izzer and Kimberly.
Thank you, Harvinder. Stay safe.
Our pleasure.
Yeah. All right. With that, finally, we are coming to an end of the session. Are you excited, Uze?
So we are at the end. So I believe our audience are kind of waiting for this. So
Who got it right?
Yes, entering our pop quiz session named Who Got It Right. So we would like to thank again Lush and Ms. Harvinder Malaysia for sponsoring this amazing gift. So each of the gifts will contain up to 400 ringgit worth of Lush product. So allow me to just quickly brief through the pop quiz and how it works. So for this session, we'll be asking a total of 3 multiple choice questions. So the person answer the fastest and to post the correct answer in the comment area, and will be declared as the correct winner for that particular question lah. And the correct answer in the comment. Okay. So
I think one point that we want to highlight the most is each question will only have one winner, and each winner will only win one prize, so that we allow more all people to have a chance to actually give a shot and actually try to answer and see. Right.
I'm sorry, my tongue got twisted now. Thank you so much for saving me.
No problem.
So,
because that's very important.
Yes. And somehow my tongue got twisted in the middle. So I hope you guys understand. And at the end of the session, those winners' name will be called out. So please drop us a message in the inbox, and so that we can contact you regarding the prize giving arrangement. So I hope everyone is ready. So
are you guys ready?
Are you guys ready? If ready, say yay in the comment section.
I think there are still people typing in questions. I think they are still at the Q&A session. But if you are ready, just give us a heads up. Just put love, whoa, can't wait, or something like that. I want to see more excitement. Come on. Just bomb our comment area. All right. Okay. I think they are really excited already. Shall we bring in the first question?
Shall I do the pleasure of reading the first question, Miss Kimberly?
All right. There we go.
All right. So the first question is: Lush has 2 outlets in Malaysia. A true, B false. Lush.
I think Harvinder has shared about it.
Yes.
Has shared about it. If those of you who follow us,
we got the answer already from one of the So the first one here. Okay, the first one to
So
answer.
what is the answer?
And the answer is
False.
false. True.
So who is
first
the
one,
winner?
the winner for this first one to answer first is Kartini
Oh,
Tini. Yeah.
congratulations, congratulations.
Congratulations. You got it correct. Actually, because Lush actually have 5 stores. So not just 2, they have 5 stores. The first one actually they opened in Pavilion KL, and then they follow up with the one at the Sunway Pyramid, and then they open at the Gurney Paragon, and in Penang, and then the next one at Wan Utama, and then the last one they open is at I City Mall Putrajaya. So all together there's 5 stores instead of just 2. So
Yeah,
now that you know
cool.
that little fact, we can continue with our second question. So Kim, take the lead.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the next question. I think y'all answer pretty fast. So next one is slightly tricky. All right, here we have. What are the values of Lush? So we have 4 options here. A, 80% vegetarian, fighting animal testing, support fair trade, handmade and naked packaging. B, 100% vegetarian, ethical buying, fighting animal testing, freshest cosmetic online, handmade and naked packaging. C, 100% oil-free, ethical buying, fighting animal testing and over-packaging, support fair trade and grassroots initiative. D, 100% chemical-free, fighting animal cruelty and over-packaging, support grassroots initiative. So what is the correct answer? I think someone have already got it as I read through.
Yes.
That's so fast. Hello. They are so fast. All right. So sorry, I missed the winner. Everyone can let's see. Let me scroll through. Okay, I think is it Kieran is the winner?
Yes, from our record it's Kieran.
Congratulations, Kieran, for getting the right answer. The answer is B. That's right. So Lush value is 100% vegetarian, ethical buying, fighting animal testing, freshest cosmetic online, handmade and naked packaging. I think that's also cover up what Harvinder has shared earlier on. Yeah, thank you for paying attention. So let's move on to the last question. Those of you who didn't manage to get it, I think you still have one last chance. All right.
Yes.
So
while I read out the question, I think you can stand by at the comment and see who's the fastest, because the
all right. They are so fast.
So
we have
quick.
to.
Yeah, so quick.
Correct. All right.
All right.
Okay,
so,
let's bring in the next question.
Yeah. So the third question is almost 20% of its products are naked packaging. A true, B false. A true, B false. See, we already got the correct answer already. Wow, I think they studied about Lush and they truly listened to what.
So we accept true or false, yeah?
Yes.
So please type in true or false.
We already got true answer already. Can you read out the name of the winner, Ms. Kimberly?
If I get it correctly, the one who got it correct, it's Nareen. Congratulations, Nareen.
Okay, so those are the winners of the those are the winners of this year. So, but I will elaborate also a bit about number 3. So when it comes to packaging, less is more, especially for Lush. And you know what? It's not 20%. It's 65% of Lush product are packaging free, or so-called naked. And this product, formulated with almost no water, so they don't really need any synthetics preservative. Make it easier for them to ditch the plastic straight away, and then go with the solid shampoo bars, conditioners, soap, scrubs, and all the other products. So all of these are great. So later we will read out the names again of the winner. So we'll read out the names of the winner, and then we will proceed on with the next session. So Kim, you may take the wheel.
Yeah, congratulations to all the winner. And you guys are really fast, like to the point that I can't even catch up to some of it. Yeah. So for those of the winner which we have mentioned your name, please text us or drop us a message in our inbox, and later we will get all the details from you so that we can make further arrangement to send over your gift. So to those who didn't manage to win this round, don't worry, it's okay. You can always check out to their store, as what Uze have shared in the first questions. So they have altogether 5 outlets in Malaysia. So feel free to check out in their store, their products, and also you can find out more about their sustainable business practice on their website and social media. So Thank you so much for your answer and your participation. Thank you so much. And we really love all the energies and the feedbacks that you get. All right. So nice try.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, I don't know how many times I have to say thank you, but thank you so much for staying with us from the beginning to the end. And hope you enjoy the session and hope you have a nice weekend ahead. So this is me, Uze, and my colleague Kimberly signing off. So goodbye and good night. Bye bye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thank
See you in the
you.
next program. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Bye bye.